The last time I covered a video like this with a senator completely annihilating Justin Trudeau and the Liberals, I made a bit of a mistake. I said that they were elected through our democratic system, and that was corrected in the comments section. Thank you very much. I'm not afraid to say I made a mistake. So we're going to be showing another video of Senator Don Plett. You know, I love this guy. I wish he was like my grandfather. So I'm like, can I come over for dinner? Can we have meatloaf or something? It'd be pretty cool to just hang out and talk shit about Justin Trudeau and drink some whiskey and hear some of your stories. All right. Anyways, that was a little weird. I think I just invited myself to a senator's house. Absolutely. You will take me up on it? I'm just kidding. Unless you do, then I'll go. Here's how a senator gets chosen or elected, not elected, rather, into the Senate. Senators are appointed by the Governor General via the recommendation of the Prime Minister. Traditionally, members of the Prime Minister's party were chosen. So I guess that means that certain conservative senators were chosen to be senators when there was a conservative Prime Minister, and liberal senators. I guess that's how that works. I don't know. Maybe I can get corrected once again in the comments. But before we just continue down that road, I want to start this video. But before we start it, I want to encourage you to give a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps grow the channel. Without further ado, here's what Senator Don Plett, my grandfather, Senator Don Plett, I wish he was my grandfather, had to say on Twitter. There's one thing that the Liberals are good at, twisting themselves into a pretzel to avoid scrutiny. Isn't it hypocritical to tell senators to accept that the will of the House of Commons when the Trudeau government refuses to accept the will of the House of Commons on removing the PM's made-up special rapporteur? And then that little fun, like, I don't know, emoji, shoulder shrug. This guy's awesome, okay? He's a very, what you would call, based senator. For the boomers in the room who don't know what that is, based means pretty much what you're thinking in your head, like, get the libs out, Trudeau's corrupt, pride shouldn't be shoved down our throats, like that type of thought process. This guy's a made-up special rapporteur with a fake position. Okay, like that thought process, just say it. That means that's just... the lingo for that is, that's pretty based. Like, good job. You said what was on your mind, and it's based. All right, let's see what he has to say.
Speaker, my question today is again for the Liberal government leader in the Senate. Leader, you seem to take so much exception to the questions of the official opposition, as if we don't have the right to do our job. You question our integrity. You question our professionalism when we ask you questions. I ask these questions on behalf, Leader, on behalf of the people of Winnipeg, on behalf of the people of my province of Manitoba, and indeed on behalf of all Canadians as the leader of our Conservative caucus. I, Leader, am doing my job. And I do it to the best of my ability. And you question our right to ask you questions. Leader, in doing your job, you often speak to us about the importance of deferring to the will of the other place. They, after all, have voted and sent something over. Yesterday, Leader, a clear majority of the members of the House of Commons voted to remove the Prime Minister's made-up special rapporteur. The majority of the House, only Liberal MPs voted to keep him. And yet, moments after the vote was taken, the rapporteur issued a statement defying the result. He says he's not going anywhere.
Wow.
Leader, isn't it a bit hypocritical to tell senators to accept the will of the House when your government refuses to do so?
Gold.
The answer is no. It is the position of the government that the special rapporteur's report provided valuable information to Canadians, and that the public process that he has envisaged overseeing, including the works of a number of institutions, NCR and NCCOP, are the most appropriate ways to get to address the issue of foreign interference.
Senator Plett.
In a democratic society, the government doesn't have to adhere to democracy.
Not this one.
The made-up rapporteur statement defying the will of the House leader was clearly written before the votes were cast, just as his report was sent to translation before he even met with Aaron O'Toole, on who CSIS says was a target of Beijing's interference. His statement yesterday said, and I quote, "My mandate comes from the government." Exactly. That is what I've been saying all along, Leader. That's what we've been saying all along. He is not independent. He is an old Trudeau family friend and member of the Trudeau Foundation. He was hired to help out the Prime Minister and his government in a made-up job. PCO handles his media requests. He is not independent, Leader. Leader, the very first words of the cover-up issued by the rapporteur last week were this: democracy is built on trust. If the rapporteur and the Prime Minister can so easily dismiss the result of a democratic vote by elected members of the House of Commons, why should Canadians trust the Trudeau government about Beijing's interference, or indeed, Leader, about anything else?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you for your question. As I've stated on many occasions, and I'll repeat it again, the government, it's the position of the government that the special rapporteur's mandate has been discharged in an exemplary fashion with the publication of the report, and the ongoing work that will follow the report is and will be to the benefit of Canadians and our security against foreign interference.
Wow. Oh my God, somebody call an ambulance, because Senator Don Plett just murdered this guy. What the hell is happening? If elected members of parliament, right, like not talking about the Senate now that we've clarified that, but members of parliament made a vote saying, we're going to remove special fake made up rapporteur David Johnston, and he overturns it and says, nah, I know you all voted yes, but nah, I'm staying. What? Is this China? You've been voted off the island. You've been voted out. Leave. This is no longer your position. This is no longer your duty. Why is it that the Liberals just don't even allow democracy anymore? There was a vote that happened in favor of removing him, and they just say, no. They swipe a finger. No, I know you voted, but no. What's the point of voting? What's the point of any of this? What is the point of anything if Justin Trudeau and the Liberals can just do whatever they want whenever they want? That's kind of what I'm understanding from a senator. A senator in Canada, I believe he's the leading senator of Canada for the Conservative caucus. This is just outrageous. If he's saying those things, imagine what's actually happening behind the curtains. It's a little scary. Which is why I think a lot of people were really surprised that the Alberta elections actually turned out to be a Conservative majority, because I think a lot of people were expecting that to be rigged. The fact that whether it was rigged or not, Conservatives won, right? I don't think the Conservatives rigged it. Obviously, the only ones who seem to want to rig things are Liberals, according to the senator, right? It's just, it's absurd, and it's very scary for the future. And I'd love to know what you guys think. Does this frighten you, or am I over exaggerating? Because I'm a little freaked out and spooked by this, if you can't tell. But that's where we're going to end today's video. I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. If you want to support the channel financially, you can do so by checking out the merch shop linked right up there. Or if you want to do something for free, which is also absolutely acceptable and highly encouraged, you can subscribe right there. If you want to continue watching videos like this, you can do so by clicking or tapping right there to watch the next upcoming video. And if you want to watch a little bit of different content, but also Canadian stuff, you can do so by clicking right up there. That's my second channel, House of Canada, also known as the House of Commons Highlights. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.